Hey Secondary 1 Math Prodigy, this is Coach Saiful with your daily dose of math mastery, and today we are going to do your question number 3 of your assessment paper number 7 on algebra. So this is actually the fun part of algebra, which is application of algebra in questions. Now this, I have to stress, is the reason why algebra was invented in the first place, to find out variables, to find out what something is, okay, which is why we are letting something be x. So let's read question number 3. It says that Johnny Walker, yes, Johnny Walker, walked from A to B at an average speed of 5 kilometers per hour. On reaching B, he immediately turned and walked back to A at an average speed of 4.8 kilometers per hour. The journey from A to B and back to A took a total of 2 hours and 27 minutes. Find the distance between A and B. So here, let the distance of between A and B be x. So let the distance between A and B be x. Okay, so that's the first statement. Okay, if you got that one right, you probably get everything else right. Now the next part is a little tricky. You must be able to see this. Okay, so again, whenever it comes to questions like this, draw a number line. Okay, so this is A and this is B. So it says on the way from A to B, what happened? The speed was actually 5 kilometers per hour. Okay, and on the way back, it was 4.8 kilometers per hour. Okay, what else do we know? We know that the distance between A and B is x. Okay, so now, what is an equation that we can form? And we also know that the time taken was 2 hours and 27 minutes. Okay, what do we know now? What we do know is that we have the time, we have speed, and we have the distance. Can we find time? See, dt. We have, like I said, we have the here, over here, which is distance, which is speed, and we have the distance. So distance divided by speed is going to give me time, and of course we have the time. So let's take a look at the first timing from A to B. For timing from A to B, right, what we'll get is distance divided by speed. The distance is x and the speed is 5. Now this is time 1. Time 2, which is when he's coming back, is x divided by the distance divided by the speed, which was 4.8 kilometers per hour. Now this is something that is very important and something that I made a mistake in this class. So always make sure that your units are right. This is 2 hours 27 minutes. If you change it to minutes, everything to minutes, it will be wrong. Why? Because your terms here is in hours. So change 2 hours 27 minutes to a fraction of an hour. So what you will get is 2 and 27 over 60. Let's try if we can get a perfect decimal. 27 divided by 60 is going to give you 0.45. So equals to 2.45 kilometers per hour. Sorry, per hour. 2.45 hours. So with that, now we can form an equation. Time 1 plus time 2 gives you 2 hours 45 minutes. So x over 5 plus x over 4.8. In other words, time from A to B and time from B to A equals to the total time, which is 2.45. So now in this case, again, like I said, there are many ways to do this, but I prefer to just make the denominators the same. So how? Here I times 4.8. Here I times 4.8. Okay, must be fair. Here I times 5. Here I times 5. And this one over here, which is still over 1, I must times 5 and times 4.8. So 5 times 4.8 is going to give you 24. So times 24. So in the end, my final equation would be 4.8x plus 5x equals to 2.45 times 24, which gives me 58.8. Okay, again, the whole thing is over what? 24. Over 24. And like I said, we just make sure we can actually delete or erase or eliminate the bottom, the denominator. Okay, so what we will get is just the numerator. Times 24 on both sides. Eliminate that. And I need to erase, to remove my logo for a while. And what you will receive, or what you will get, sorry, is 4.8x plus 5 plus 5 gives you 9.8x. So what you will get finally is 9.8x is equals to 58.8. And how do I find x? X is equal to 58.8 divided by 9.8, which gives you 6. So x is equal to 6 kilometers. What is the question? The question is asking you for find the distance between A and B. So A and B is 6 kilometers, and that is how you get the answer. If you got that one right, high five to you, because you are a math prodigy. Good job. Okay, so this is again another one of the questions about letting something be x. In this case, let the distance between A and B be x. Alright, so remember, the quote of the week is trust yourself. The key to unleashing your greatness, the key to unleashing all that information in your head is to trust yourself. You know, there is a rule which we found out, studies have shown that 10,000 hours is the time you require to actually be an expert at something. So let's imagine, how many hours have you spent in school up to date? Let's just say conservatively that we've actually spent maybe 7 hours per day. All right, you times 12, so you times 4 weeks sorry, you times, 7 times 5 days times 4 weeks in a month times 12 weeks. No, okay, not 12 weeks lah, not 12 months lah. We use it only 10 months, okay? In 10 months, that's the time you spend in school per year. How many years have you spent studying? You spent 6 years and 6.5 years, so 6.5 years, which gives you 9,100 years conservatively. And this is not inclusive of the work you do by yourself, your homework, your test, and your homework, your revision, your tuition, and everything is not counted yet, which means that you would have far exceeded 10,000 hours, which means that you are an expert in school. Okay, you are an expert in school, in studies. You just have to trust yourself and really unleash all that information within. Do you know that every single piece of information that you learn, that you come across, is stored in your subconscious mind? And you can unleash it. And there are ways to let go, to unleash it. But one of the easy ways is just to trust yourself. When the brain is not stressed up, when it's relaxed, things are easier to flow out of that. Alright, so just do that. Remember that you have to trust yourself because you know more than you think you do. Give yourself some credit. You spend so many hours, you can instinctively know how to do it. Okay, with that, this is Coach Saiful signing off, saying you are a math prodigy. Good job.